Welcome into the news portion of DSI. I'm Jordan Kudish. We start with the major talk of the town today, severe weather across Delmarva. And if you've been on the roads, you've probably seen that coastal flooding. 47 ABC's Jordy Clark has more on the impacts across the peninsula.
During high tide this evening and even high tide tomorrow, please stay off the roads. If you don't need to be out, please don't be out.
If you're anywhere in lower Delaware and along the coast of the Maryland shore, you're probably noticing it's far from dry outside. Friday morning welcomes strong winds, lots of rain, and coastal flooding.
That's going to cause problems to property, businesses, so people need to just be advised and sit tight and just be prepared for these conditions to worsen a little bit.
47 ABC's chief meteorologist Daniel Johnson weighs in on Friday's stormy weather, telling me high tides are going to bring the worst conditions, and areas such as Cambridge, Crisfield, Fenwick, and Ocean City are truly going to feel the worst of it. He explains the reason behind why it's not the rain causing most of the flooding.
I use the example of a hot coffee or a hot cup of hot chocolate. If you blow on it to cool it down, the stronger you blow on it to cool it down, all that coffee goes to the other side of the cup, and that's what's happening with all the water.
And places like Crisfield are getting hit pretty hard. But their biggest concern, drivers on the road.
You know, we always have the same offenders who like to blow through the water and blow water into businesses and houses.
If you do encounter a flooded roadway, please don't try to drive through it. A lot of folks think they can get through it, but a lot of times you find out that you just can't.
A representative from DelDOT says although lower Delaware and Maryland can withstand the floods, it won't be easy. And the mayor of Crisfield, Barry Dye, says it's just another day on the shore, but they're ready to take on whatever weather heads our way.
We've experienced this, 2 to 3 times a year. We're really used to it. We know what streets are going to flood. We know how they're going to flood.
Slowing down, give yourself some extra time, and just be mindful that it's going to be unpleasant for several hours into the evening and overnight hours tonight.
And as a reminder, DelDOT has closed several roads in the area. They also ask if there is a tree down, a pole, or you think a Delaware roadway needs to be looked at, just dial pound 77. And now we're going to toss things over to Chief Meteorologist Daniel Johnson for a closer look at that forecast. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Jordan. Yeah, we've had some serious flooding today, and some of the flooding has rivaled some hurricanes we've had in the past. Incredible flooding, people being evacuated. So we've had some very high waters out there, and we've been out there all day today covering it too. Weather watchers calling in temperatures in the 60s out there, rainfall totals over an inch in some locations, and wind gusts upwards of 50 or higher. Lewis had a gust of 50, so did Ocean City. Salisbury had a wind gust close to 40. Right now the winds are much calmer out of the south, right around 15. We're still watching some showers, most of those northwest of Salisbury, but it's not the rain that's been the problem. It's been the coastal flooding due to this low spinning to our west, and we are on the bad side of that storm. There's strong winds coming off the ocean, so we're monitoring the situation. The weather conditions will be improving overnight tonight and into tomorrow with the return to some sunshine, but coastal flooding is still the problem through the weekend. Water's still having problems out there. The wind's still rough. And the waves still pretty high too. Coastal flood warnings remain in effect. Don't let your guard down just yet. This will continue through Saturday. More flooding as high tide comes in low-lying areas, especially Crisfield. Crisfield has been hit hard. So has Bishop's Head, Cambridge, and over towards Ocean City. We're going to wake up to some sunshine on Saturday, but then maybe a pop-up shower Saturday afternoon. By Halloween, the sun is back in full force, 67, turning much, much cooler to chilly by the middle of next week. You're watching 47 ABC, more sports and news and weather. It's all coming next.
Hi, my name is Amir Maddox, and I play D-tackle at Delmarva High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.